You want to know what it takes to be an REO agent? REOBroker features some of the top REO brokers and agents in the industry. Let's meet one today on the REOBroker Agent Spotlight. Welcome to REOBroker, where we celebrate the nation's leading real estate professionals serving in the default and REO space. REOBroker is a national professional REO organization that has supported real estate agents in the default industry for over 30 years. My name is Brandy Nelson, Executive Director of REOBroker, and today we're spotlighting one of the most respected and accomplished brokers in the business. Today we recognize Joy Riley. She is the founder and principal broker of Westcott Properties, a multi-state real estate firm serving Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Florida. With more than 3 decades of experience, Riley advises homebuyers, investors, developers, and institutional clients on real estate strategy, asset positioning, and complex transactions. An active investor with a deep understanding of property repositioning, her work has contributed to the revitalization of neighborhoods and historic properties throughout the area she serves. Westcott Properties has been recognized by the Boston Globe as one of the New England's leading brokerages, while Riley's innovative property marketing has earned awards from the Rhode Island Association of Realtors and Rhode Island Monthly for outstanding and artistic use of video and real estate marketing. Her firm has also been recognized by RealTrends and local industry organizations for consistent sales performance. Riley was honored by the Providence Preservation Society for her role in transforming historic industrial property into a 40-unit artist community recognized for architectural preservation. Throughout her career, she has mentored agents, artists, home buyers, investors, and institutional clients, helping revitalize real estate assets and strengthen communities. Welcome, Joy, to the REOBroker Agent Spotlight.
Thank you, Brandy. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
It's great to have you with us today. First, how are you feeling about the interview?
Oh, I'm feeling great about the interview. Thank you.
You're welcome. Before we dive in, tell us what's happening in your world. Do you have any exciting listings or recent wins you'd like to share?
Oh my goodness, all of our listings are exciting, right? They all have their own stories. So I think this is a very vibrant market. There's tremendous opportunity for people in our market today. So I'm just really enthusiastic about what the spring is going to bring. So I think we're looking at a great spring market in the Northeast.
And what led you into real estate and what inspired you to build your career in this industry?
Well, I mean, I did not intend to be a real estate broker. I started my career as a real estate investor. And I started to purchase what I would probably kindly call underperforming multifamily assets in Rhode Island and Providence specifically. So I think starting there gave me that investor mindset that I've carried throughout my career. One thing I noted as I was renovating properties was that I was turning to brokers and asking them to market my properties when I finished. And I found a little bit of a lack of enthusiasm and creative marketing that I needed. So I decided that I would venture out and get my real estate license so that I could market my own assets in the way that I thought that they should be marketed. Very early on, I saw that there was a tremendous synergy with the Massachusetts market, the Connecticut market, and I really wanted to capitalize on that in my marketing, and so that's what I did. So I started as an investor.
And tell us about Westcott Properties. What is the company's mission and how do you distinguish your firm in the marketplace?
Well, I think, we've been an independent brokerage for, over 3 decades. And I remain an independent brokerage because I think it's really important to be able to be flexible, to be able to pivot when necessary, to make instantaneous decisions when you need to be. And I think that we are known for our ability to advise our clients, whether they be home buyers, investors, institutional clients, on ways to maximize the value of their real estate and to be able to take each asset individually and add tremendous value. So that's really what our forte is. Our forte is adding value to an asset.
You serve Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Florida. What
Yes.
advantage does multi-state experience give you as a broker and a leader?
Well, I think, you have to recognize the synergy between the Boston, Providence, and Connecticut markets. And so by having that multi-state, we're able to have a broader perspective. We're also able to observe, migration trends. We're also able to observe investment movements and how price variances will benefit people in the marketplace. So for example, I remember a point in my career when I heard a multifamily in Somerville, dilapidated, in total need of repair in Massachusetts, sold for $1 million. And we're selling beautiful multifamilies in Providence for $400,000. So what does that tell you? It tells you that there's a tremendous advantage to maybe looking at another market. So we capitalize on that, we look at the trends, and we market to the property's best benefit.
And what types of clients and properties does Westcott Properties primarily serve?
So, because of our property type, we're known for our multifamilies, we're known for our commercial assets, we're known for our industrial assets. So those are properties that we've been involved with. I think one of the most exciting things in my career and one of my passions is historic preservation. We believe that not only should we preserve the asset, but we should preserve our very unique landscape in Rhode Island. And so rather than tearing buildings down, we do something adaptive reuse of space. So we reuse the space, we preserve its historic integrity and also the landscape that we're so proud of. So we don't just sell, one type of property. In this market, you have to really be diverse and sell all types.
Definitely have to be diverse in this market. How would you describe the real estate climate in your core markets right now?
Well, I think we are still experiencing an inventory, a prolonged inventory demand shortage. And I think that's something that we're experiencing. There's only like 850 single families in the market, maybe another 250 multis just in Providence alone. So we really are experiencing a shortage. However, what's important to note is this market is tremendously strong. Sellers still have pricing power. So it's an incredible market, it really is. We just need more inventory.
Don't we all? What are some of the biggest
Yes, I know.
challenges buyers, sellers, investors, or institutions are facing in today's market?
Well, I think there's a lot of uncertainty in our market. I think that people don't know, with the news that they hear, what are the interest rates going to do, what's going to happen. And, I think it's our job as professionals in the marketplace to be able to guide people, to advise them. And so I think the biggest challenge is uncertainty.
What do clients need most from an agent or broker in this environment?
I think buyers, investors need a voice of confidence, someone that can really guide them in this industry. I think that there's uncertainty. I think that people don't know what they should be doing. Should we buy? Should we wait? Is the inventory coming? And, and I think they need that voice of reason to be able to guide them through the process.
Agreed. Many professionals in our audience work in the REO and default space. How does your experience prepare you to serve distressed assets, institutional clients, or time-sensitive transactions?
So I think it's interesting. I started in this space in 1990 when there was a massive fall of our credit union. So there was a credit union crisis. And I won't go into the details of how I was awarded so many properties, but I was an integral part of that process. And I was able to market with some of the finest professionals in the marketplace, asset managers, portfolio managers, and we were not only managing properties, we were doing, bringing properties to their highest level, their maximum value, and working with these people and not just seeing the asset as something to liquidate, but something to look at and say, how can we add value to this apartment complex by breathing new life into it, by increasing its cash flow? So today is equally as important. And I think I would say it's not about liquidating an asset. It's not just about selling an asset. It's about looking at that asset and saying, what can I do to this asset to maximize its value? That's the key. It's always about their individual and maximizing value. So guiding your clients and telling the agents in this marketplace, don't just think about getting rid of something. Think about how can we get the greatest return on that investment. That's important.
Well said. What qualities are essential for an agent handling REO, default, or high demand assignments?
Well, I certainly think that the key ingredient here, and I stress this, is the agent really has to be familiar with their marketplace. And the agent has to be familiar with value and how to value a property from the BPO process on. I mean, think about it this way, Brandy. I mean, we can remember, and I don't know if it's still like this because I haven't done a BPO for an outside company in a while. It used to be that the first one that answered was the one that got the assignment. Well, I don't really like that process because, I mean, think about it. It'd be no better than going to Zillow for a Zestimate. And we know how that worked out. $80 million, $40 billion in loss of stock value based on their, buying homes based on their algorithm. We don't want to go there. We want people that know the market and they do their diligence, even if you're not the finest, professional in the market, you don't have a tremendous amount of experience, you still should be doing diligence, looking into it, researching, calling agents, finding out why an asset sold like that. Really having your finger on the pulse of value is key.
Very true. What does professionalism look like when working with asset managers, servicers, attorneys, lenders, and sellers under pressure?
I think you have to be the calm voice in the room. I think you have to respect what everyone does in the pipeline. I think you have to respect their time. I think you have to empathize with what they may be going through, whether it be someone for title or closing. And I think what's really most important is we all work together. I think working together is key. Sometimes it may not be your function to do something, but you really want to just jump in there and get it done because you want to get the property closed.
And how do you balance speed, compliance, communication, and client service in complex transactions?
Well, we have a really experienced team. They've been with me for a long time, and I think I really base all of that on a team and great systems and great communication among us. We meet often. We're in an office, and it's an open office, so it's not like I'm behind closed doors. We're open. We're talking. We're communicating, and we're all involved in the asset. So I think being very familiar with your assets and having great communication internally helps you make those timelines on time.
Key word again, communication.
Yes, absolutely.
As president and principal broker, how do you define leadership in real estate today?
Well, that's a good question. How would I define leadership? I think leadership is about showing rather than just telling. Right? I'm a working broker. I'm in the field. I feel everyone's pain or their pain points or what they're going through. So I think being a leader means being in the market, being familiar with the market, and being able to mentor from there. So mentoring agents is one of my passions. I love it when someone new comes into the business and wants help. So again, mentoring and being a good example for how the business operates.
And what value drive your business and the way you serve clients and agents?
I think I value being a trusted partner. I think I value having tremendous integrity and professionalism. And I think, most important is to be that trusted partner, to know that when we're talking about an asset, we're treating this asset, I'm treating it as if it's my own. I'm looking at that asset and saying, if this were my property, what would I do? And each one is treated that way. It's important.
And you've been doing this for a long time. What have you learned about building a brokerage that lasts?
Well, I have been doing it a long time, and I think the key in any business, not just the brokerage business, is to know that this business is not just about a transaction. It's not one transaction. It's a relationship. We've built a relationship with our clients. That's where trust comes from. So we continuously have our clients coming back to us because they know that we're going to tell them the truth. We're going to guide them. We're going to help them make informed decisions about their real estate, and we're going to maximize the value of their asset. So that's really important. That's the key.
And what advice would you give to agents who want to grow into leadership or expand into multiple markets?
Well, I think being in Rhode Island, I don't know about other markets, but certainly being in the Northeast and being in Rhode Island. I mean, Rhode Island is 48 miles north to south, so you have to know about how your neighboring communities impact your immediate area. So I think if you're not working in those areas, at least be familiar with them so that you're better able to spot opportunity and to advise a client. So that synergy is really important and to be aware of it. It's very important as you position an asset and market an asset.
And what do you want clients, referral partners, and the industry to know about Joy Riley and Westcott properties?
I would say that Joy Riley and Westcott Properties are great stewards. And I think stewards because we mentor agents, we mentor our clients, we advise our clients, and I also think they would say that we're very creative in our marketing and our strategies. And I think as an independent, that's what really makes us unique.
And what are you most excited about right now in your business or in the markets you serve?
Oh my goodness, Brandy, I'm so excited about all this technology and digital footprints, and I just cannot get enough of this, find out how this is really going to help us do our business more efficiently. And that's really what I'm looking for. So that's a passion of mine. The other passion of mine is the opportunities afforded by the new laws pertaining to accessory dwelling units. So when we talk about adding value to a property, when we talk about how to maximize potential and value, I think about that ADU potential, and I think about how someone can gain additional income. Those factors are hugely important. So those are exciting things. So I'm looking at that myself as an investor and how I can maximize assets that I already have, and I'm also looking at the really exciting possibilities with the new technology that's out there. I think that's really fun.
And how can people connect with you and learn more about your services?
Well, you can text me, you can call me, you can find me on LinkedIn, you can find me on Instagram. Very simply, just reach out. And again, I welcome whether it's an agent looking to get into the business or it's a client that just wants advice on or just knowledge of what's happening in the marketplace. And incidentally, I will be writing that article about some particulars in our marketplace as it pertains to foreclosure process. But yeah, to reach out, I mean, we are a resource, and that is really what we want to be, a trusted resource for you.
Joy, what is your website?
My website is westcottproperties.com.
What final message would you like to leave with our REOBroker audience?
Well, I would like to say that, real estate is my passion, and every property has a history and a story, and our job is to maximize value. And it's not just for the individual, but it's for our community, it's for the individual, it's for the market in the whole. And so please, I ask you and I invite you to call me. My phone number is 401-952-7887. And once again, as a trusted resource in the Rhode Island and Northeast market, please call me. I'll be glad to chat with you and talk to you about the market and how it impacts your real estate if you have it here.
And thank you for sharing your insights and experiences with us. I also would like to ask, how does REOBroker help in your business?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have been with REOBroker for, I think, over 20 years. And I think the camaraderie and the relationships and the knowledge and the research and all that goes into it has been pivotal in my business. If it wasn't for this organization, I really wouldn't have a base. I wouldn't have that support system. So it's been key, and I am very grateful to all that you do, certainly with REOBroker, and I look forward to working with you as always in the future.
And thank you. And we always love our members, so thank you for that. And before
Yes.
we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like asset managers or prospective clients to know about you or your business?
I would say that we are multifaceted. It's not just disposing of an asset. We will be able to look at an asset, manage the asset, improve the asset, increase cash flow where it's necessary, specifically with apartments buildings. So it's about adding value and getting the maximum potential for your asset. That's the key.
And I would love for anybody to be able to reach out to you. What is the best website that they could reach out to you at?
westcottproperties.com is the best website, and my phone number, 401-952-7887.
Thank you. And Joy, thank you for sharing your expertise and experience with us today. We appreciate your valued membership at REOBroker, and your story is a true testament to the power of knowledge, relationships, and consistency in REO real estate. To learn more about Joy Riley, obviously reach out to her website at westcottproperties.com. And for more great interviews with top performing agents across the country, visit REOBroker.com and download the Power Is Now TV app on your phone or streaming device. We're streaming, podcasting, and publishing stories about the top agents who are members of REOBroker, featured in REOBroker magazine, available now at REOBroker.com. You could also catch every episode of our shows on the Power Is Now TV network, streaming 24/7 on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV. Just search for REOBroker TV or watch directly at REOBroker.com/TV. Prefer to listen on the go? Tune in to the REOBroker.com podcast, part of the Power Is Now podcast network, available on all major podcast platforms. And don't forget to connect with us. Follow REOBroker.com across all social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates, and join our professional community on Active Rain and Set Schedule. Stay connected, stay informed, and stay inspired with REOBroker, because we do more than just sell REO. We build relationships, opportunities, and communities. Thank you for watching REOBroker Agent Spotlight, and have a great day.
The Power Is Now magazines are the leading resource for real estate agents, mortgage bankers, entrepreneurs, and small home ownership businesses, providing leaders with business strategy information, resources, and tools through PIN, Real Estate, Programming Guide magazines. Stay up to the minute with real estate news and information from industry experts. Sign up today. thepowerisnow.com. thepowerisnow.com.